Global Yoga Summit 2023, held at Anantya, the Palace Grounds, Bengaluru, was a grand success. The two-day event, 23rd and 24th of December 2023, was an amalgamation of Vedic Puja, Samuhik Agnihotras, chantings of Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, as well other chants like Hanuman Chalisa and many more continued. Apart from all these, expert masters spoke on Patanjali Yoga, mental health, meditation, Veda Upanishads, and other topics. The summit also showcased yogic practitioners, martial art skills, sand art and violin, dance, and other cultural programs. The two-day summit had a huge gathering. And the best part was that the participating exponents came from 21 countries, which made the show more worthwhile as the exchange of ideas, expertise on a global level continued from local to global.
Om Mahidyo Prithivechana Iman Yagnam Mimikshata Piprata no Barimabihi Oshadaya Sambadam Te Somena Saharagna Yasmai Kranati Brahmanastam Rajantarayamasi Yena Toka Yatanayaya Dhanya Ambijam Bahadbhe Akshitam Asnabhyam Tadhattanayadva Imahe Radho Vishvaya Sobhagam.
Friends, I must really congratulate all of you. First thing, because this is happening means it's only because of all of you. I thank you, I welcome you all for this great global yoga summit which is starting in a big way. Then, I must also welcome America to Australia or Australia to America. We got international speakers from 21 countries. So I welcome all of them.
Many are called to yoga. It's within us. But fewer choose. And that's why we need enthusiasm. We need to maintain our focus on the spiritual path. Too often, not only in this life, but in many jhamas, people come and go on this journey. It is the one who is consistent in their practice because they embody the enthusiasm for spirituality. They place nothing before it. No distraction comes in the way. It is the continuity and the focus that allows us to tread this path. Just like the mother blesses the child every day of her life, in the same way the goddess blesses us, but on a much more profound level. Because she gives us what no one else can give, and that is illumination.
What is yoga according to this Vedic lore? The famous yoga now, of course, is on the basis of sutras. For sutras are not against the Vedic theme, but this is very much popular. Especially, I have chanted these two mantras now. The first one is Kim Jyotiratma Bhanuman Hanime Kim. This is of Adi Shankaracharya. The goal of yoga is Atma Jyoti, realizing, revealing our own self. That is Atma Jyoti. What is the source of light? So when all the creatures will awaken, will arise, the chitta is there, but it should be exposed. We have to enlighten. We have to awaken, not only from the Vida outside, but also from inside. That does Srimad Narayana in the form of Savitru, of Sahasra Rashmis.
The entire summit is going to look towards the mental health. Once upon a time, some thousands of years ago, in the capital Ayodhya, there was a ceremony of coronation of Rama. He has to become the prince. Entire celebration was arranged. At the same time, Father Dasharatha called Rama, you have to go on an exile for 14 years to the forest. Rama was so happy that he is going to become a prince. On the same moment, on the same muhurta, he was sent to the exile. There was no delusion in Rama. There was no illusion in Rama. He was not in the grief. He was not in the sorrow. He was so ready to accept the coronation, so ready to accept the vanavasa. This is what the mental well-being is. Be ready to accept any extremities in the life. Never fall into the well of the failures. There is no failure for us. If you have faith, if you have confidence in the nature, in the divinity, it is that we are really going to meet the success. Rama was so strong enough, so energetic enough to accept the coronation, at the same time to accept the vanavasa as the same. That's why Rama is so great.
Yoga is a gift to the whole world from India. Yoga belongs to the whole of universe. Maybe that India takes the lead, but truly it belongs to the whole of humanity. It is yoga which can bring peace and happiness to the individual. Only the person who does yoga, who experiences the peace, can only know what it's all about. Any amount of saying on any stage does not really matter. When the whole world is talking about, and especially the Rotary has taken the lead this year, about mental wellness, the mental peace, nothing is more effective than the yoga, which can give us the immediate results for mental wellness and peace.
Yoga, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, at the personal level, it plays a very vital role.
I can see the delegates from 21 countries, like yoga gurus, giving message to the mental health to the world. This is really, you people are fortunate because they are here for you. And I congratulate the organizers, especially my Rotary, to organize this kind of big event for you people.
Rotary is an international organization spread in more than 252 countries with 1.2 million Rotarians spread everywhere. We are an NGO, volunteers, and we are ready to do anything. And then this cause-based was started, and I could see the spirit in them, the teamwork. In Rotary, we always say teamwork. And this teamwork, friends, I think whatever has been done, it is not because of me or Yogi Devraj. It is the team who has done the whole work. I think you need to give a big round of applause for all this team. These volunteers, yes, volunteers who have come from different fields and they have been working day and night. Success goes to them.
In Bhagavad Gita it says, yoga is skill in action. As an Rotarian, I would like to congratulate the entire Rotarian team to bring this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in one platform.
Global Yoga Summit is happening in Palace Grounds of Bangalore. It's because of G.K. Shetty sir, who has been awarded and is receiving the award on behalf of all.
This is not like any other summit. This is not like any other conference. This is a conference of people with vigor, people with strength, people with stability, people with stamina, people with energy, people with spirit, people who can do wonders, people who can pluck thunders. That is yoga. That is yogis. Yoga, removing anxiety. Yoga, removing tension. Yoga, removing turmoil. Yoga, removing crisis. Yoga, removing catastrophe. Yoga, removing confusion. Yoga, bringing character. Yoga, bringing confidence. Yoga means coming together. When two great things come together, what is the result? Rotary and yoga comes together. This is the result. Yoga has the inner strength. Rotary has the organizational ability.
One should understand what is the value of yoga in scientific, what is the value of in spiritual way, and these two things which can help to the mental health. 2024, that we are organizing a very big program with the collaboration with the Global Summit Yoga, and we are inviting you all to present such as the program. Paris, it is the center. It means that the capital city of France.
Taking this wonderful inspiration as I continue into over 44 countries to bring Tri Yoga on Tripura Sundari. Bringing in the trinity of Yogasana, Pranayama, and Mudra is substantial in helping people's mental health, along with the yoga lifestyle and the pure ahimsa diet.
I always say, you are a traveler. You have to long distance to travel, not only long, you have to reach great heights, for yoga is the tool. This body is a vehicle, it should not break down, frequent breakdown, it will cripple your journey. Look after your journey, reach great heights in your life, travel further. Everyone is on a short shelf life, and before the expiry date, utilize your time well.
The wellness of the mental health is a very crisis around the world, especially in the Western countries. In Canada, we have a lot of challenges being with, mentally challenged people going toward drugs, going towards wrong ways. So this way we are losing a lot of people. It's very important that yoga, we have been practicing yoga in Canada. We have been promoting yoga. There's so many people, especially Caucasians, that are following the yoga, but unfortunately our Indian people from Indian origin, they're not doing much yoga. So I'm kind of really encouraging all those people go to yoga for the mental and physical health.
Yoga is the complete settling of the mind. And this complete settling of the mind is brought about through the practice of transcending, nivartadvam. And this has been shown through extensive scientific research to improve many areas of mental health in the level of the individual. In the vicinity of yoga, in the vicinity of transcending, in the vicinity of doing the Yoga Sutras, hostile tendencies are eliminated. And the goal of this is to create a permanent group.
When we conducted last year the Global Summit, along with the associate organizations, I represent Bharat Vikasa Sangam. Last year I am a president of Global Yoga, and this year reception committee chairman. Bharat Vikasa Sangama is a unique platform where it has been started in 2004 by K.N. Govindacharya, where all the organizations, they are working for the nature-centric development. Jal, Jangal, Janwar, Juban. Dharti Mata, Ghar Ki Mata, Gau Mata. The concept, which has been nature-centric oriented program.
Today, being the day of that Yogacharya Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, that is Bhagavad Gita, on this day, which was imbibed to Arjuna, who was in confusion. Taking the benefit of that day, we here across the globe to celebrate, to promote, and to expedite that all the feelings and our emotions across the world through yoga.
Whatever I have achieved, whatever I am capable of getting, and all the 38 gold medals that I have got from 2 President's Award, it's all because of yoga and meditation. That I can tell you with the assurance. Because allopathy can treat only illness, but yoga can take you to the path of wellness. Then came, they said prayers and all are important. Then they said no, antibiotics are important. Then they said the drugs are very important, multiple polypills. And then ultimately they said, came back in the 21st century when Modi ji presented that yoga should be on June 21st must be called as Yoga Day. They said, you don't have to propose, we will propose on that. 212 countries, they came together to do the yoga on that day. And today, we have come the full circle back to yoga and meditation. So oral pills kill, yoga dhyana is the way to the universe, to become one with the universe. And that's why, we started as apes and ended up aping the West. But the West are looking at us and they have taken the patent of yoga. Lifestyle has changed drastically, resulting in the diseases. So today, most of the people are having sleeplessness, depression, and whatnot. And all that can be cured or prevented by yoga and dhyana.
Everyone knows about yoga. But people, they won't follow the method of yoga or practice of yoga. Each and every part of the body, and each and every part of the bone, each and every part of the muscle, there is a asana. In medical system, we have a more than 283 different medical system we have, or departments we have. If you have a problem in your finger, your bone, or your lungs, or your heart, you will go to the specialist. You will go to the only orthopedician for the only bone problem. You will go neuro, only brain problem. But all these sciences, 283 sciences equal into the yoga. One yoga can cure all these kind of diseases. This is a true. This is a research.
Try to keep the head cool, the abdomen soft, and the warmth of the body. These are the three indications to indicate whether you are really healthy or not. So that's all the yoga. To keep up these three, you may have to struggle hard, but it's not really struggling hard. It is the way of life. If you can live in such a way, it is sure you are going to be in a state of happiness. But it is sure that you are really going to control your mind very easily. If you are really practicing yoga, it is really inevitable for all of you to study Patanjali Yoga. Unless you study Patanjali Yoga, even if you are practicing yogasana for several years, you may not be able to understand that what yoga is and what type of happiness that you are going to obtain out of the practices of yoga.
The actual definitions of yoga, because we're talking yoga, yoga, yoga. But what is yoga? So if we look at the Panini Dhatu Pat, which is an old dictionary from at least 5,000 years ago, he tells us that there are two verbs from which yoga comes. One, yujang samado. In the meaning of samadhi is used the word yoga. Samadhi means samadhi, samabuddhi, stable intellect, stable wisdom. So this is one of the two meanings of yoga. The other, yujir yoge. Yoga meaning joining. Joining what? Dissolving our individuality in universality. Means dissolving that jivatma in paramatma and allowing the paramatma to flow through your individuality.
Bhagavan Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, I do try my best to teach you, preach you, open up your eyes. But still, I feel that you are somewhere in Vyamohavastha, Vimudhavastha. So, I want to show you Rupam Param Darshitam Atma Yogat." मेरे मित्रों, आत्मयोगी बनो. जागो रे जागो, जगाने वाले हम हैं और सारा विश्व जगेगा, सारा विश्व बनेगा केवल योग से. योग में योग है, योग में योग है, योग में योग है.
Jai Gurudev. What I'd like to talk to you today is about the meaning of yoga. And you know from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali that there are 195 Yoga Sutras that he describes. And everybody knows that the meaning of yoga is unity, or to unify. So when Maharishi was here, he pointed out that the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali actually are the blueprint of the human brain. That in fact the whole human physiology is an expression of Veda. And where is Veda? Veda is structured in consciousness. So if we want to know Veda, we have to know our own consciousness. Now, if you look at the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, you find that there are 4 chapters. So on one side we have 4 lobes of the brain, and on the other side we have the 4 chapters of the Yoga Sutras.
We did 30 minutes of yogic, basically pranayam. This is one of the many researches that we are doing. So this is the immediate effect of pranayam. Immediate effect of pranayam is what we were trying to show. In the corporate world, people are always looking for quick success. People are not ready to wait for years together. They're always looking for quick returns. So this was aimed towards that. As I said, 126 employees, age group between 25 and 55. And we have been using a lot of quantum instruments. So the conclusion was that pranayam positively affects corporate employee well-being. It boosts energy, it improves. We continue to do these studies in the corporate yoga.
Rotary is an organization which is 118 years old. A 118 years old international organization which is there spread across the entire universe. And yoga is one science that binds everyone in the universe together through the effects that yoga has shown over generations. Thousands of years ago, what yoga was to people is today being hailed as the most important science in the world. And yoga is a complementary science to the healing therapy that hospitals and other centers offer to people. You need allopathy to treat you in your emergencies. You cannot say you don't need allopathy. You need allopathy because when there is an emergency, you need to. Then what does yoga do? What does Ayush do? All these are alternate therapies that help the well-being of an individual. What yoga does is balancing the physical, psychological, and social well-being of an individual. What yoga has done for our patients in hospitals is that it has given that person a purpose to live. And a positive attitude towards life is what yoga builds.
The yoga has to start from your head. It should start here, not physical exercise. What you're doing is physical exercise. Unless while you're practicing yoga, if you don't expect things to change from your brain, and you're only physical exercise you're doing, what teacher said was, you have to calm down and focus whatever you're doing, either pranayam or Surya Namaskar or whatever asanas you do, and focus on your movements, hold and think like. So in fact, that is called slowing down. We are all asking for speeding up nowadays.
We call ourselves Mind Crusaders because we are Manasika Pracharakar. We go around creating mental health awareness to everybody. So when one person is aware, he will create awareness to another 4 persons. So now, when we all sat together to discuss about how to do these programs with our DG Srinivas Murthy and the team, we realized that Rotary has different verticals. Like we have the Interact, we have the Rotaract, and we have community service, we have vocational service, we have public image. There are many other 5 avenues of service and 7 focus areas. So at that time, we thought we should focus on what is very important. So under 5 verticals, we started the work.
ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು IFMR ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಸೈಕ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ರೋಟೇರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೈಕಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಂದು 50 ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ರೋಟ್ರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಇದೊಂದು ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 250ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈಕಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟಿಂದ ಇದೊಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಇದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು 10 ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ, ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈಕ್ ರೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ಗೆ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಈ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಝೋನ್ 7ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ DG ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು PDG ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾವೊಂದು 8 ಜನ ರೈಡರ್ಸ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ರೈಡ್ಸು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕೋವಿಡ್ ರೈಡು, ಲಿಟ್ರಸಿ ರೈಡು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ.
Now the thing is, if the temperature of the sea increases by 1 degree, the male turtle will become sterile. Imagine turtles that can live for hundreds of years, that have been there perhaps from this Jurassic age and so on. If that can become sterile with that temperature change, what about weak humans? Who are we? We've just been around for a very short time. We are just a mere blink in the time of the universe. It takes organizations like Rotary. It takes the yoga gurus of the world who have come here. It takes an idea of actually reversing what the human pursuit has been so far. That we have the largest market share, that we win over everybody, we beat everybody. We must stop thinking about ourselves and think about ourselves as one among our communities. You're one among your community, and the only way you can do well on earth, to save yourself, you need to save your community.
What is the speciality about this Global Yoga Summit? Myself and our team formulated few sentences which I want to read. In the harmonious convergence of yoga enthusiasts from 20 plus countries, we witness a profound union of East and West, transcending borders and cultures. This event is a celebration of the journey from the local to the global and back. A tapestry woven with threads of unity, yoga beyond being a mere asana practice emerges as a transformative odyssey, guiding us from the primal to the divine within. It unveils the cosmic intent behind the gift of intellect, urging humanity to elevate our shared home, Earth, from the realm of challenges to a heaven of peace. In the symphony of faiths, yoga stands tall, a universal path towards understanding and embracing our common purpose. As we embrace yoga, we embark on a voyage towards physical and mental well-being, unraveling the intricate design of creation by the divine. Let this gathering be a testament to the power of yoga to unite us, making earth a reflection of heaven rather than a descent into hell. Friends, this is what the purpose of this Global Yoga Summit, which they are going to make it, coming back to Bharat, giving their contribution to this great land.
In this Global Yoga Summit 2023, almost every invitee, including exponent speakers, master experts in varied fields, performing artists, special participants from different countries, and many more were honored, given awards of recognition and applause. Overall, the 2-day Global Yoga Summit 2023 was a grand success, which started from local to move on towards global now.
we are like this blind people who don't know the whole thing. Similarly, we know the whole world, but we don't know this wonder instrument. Therefore, we mistake the world also wrongly, because the world is known by the wonder instrument. Why you don't know the world when you go to sleep? Because you don't have the instrument, the means to show the world. Therefore, you don't know the world. And we are all blind to our mind. When we drop this body, who comes with us is our mind. Science only in front of the mind. They even cannot take behind the mind. Science cannot talk. Where science stops, spirituality starts. This is the subject. This is the subject of our Indian. Therefore, India is still Vishwa Guru to talk about mind and behind the mind. When we don't know mind, how can we talk about behind the mind? Impossible.
The vision is to get back to the nature, to create some village with natural buildings made from hemp or bamboo or wood, and also grown own food, like totally organic, no chemicals. Yes, and I also invite you to make this planet have more fruits. Like, if this is real papaya and it's not hybridized, it should have like hundreds of seeds. So then you can throw everywhere these seeds, and after 9 months from the seed you have a tree with full of papayas. So this is easy that everyone can do.
I wish to invite you all in Mauritius. You know, Mauritius is a very small country, very small, but it is a little India. And I'm making research on all the planet and influence on human body. Chandrama manaso ajayata, suryo chakshur ajayata. What is Chandrama? The effect of moon on our body and all the planet. To tune our body, we need the meditation, mantras, and everything. So I wish to invite you all next year in Mauritius for the Global Summit.
I've stayed there in Muscat for 30 years teaching yoga. So I would request Guruji to please have a session in Gulf, in Muscat or Dubai. We will there to support always. You all are welcome.
I'm from Bali, Indonesia. Surely would like to invite you all for the next Global Yoga Festival that is going to happen in Bali, Indonesia. So let's all collaborate and work together, and let's see us in Bali, Indonesia for the next year.
Vishnu Sahasranama is the easiest way of attaining the dialogue between Lord and human being. Basically, the app developed by Bhishma for the betterment of humanity is Vishnu Sahasranama. All these people who are sitting by side of me, they must have chanted millions of times Vishnu Sahasranama. Millions, millions, millions.
You use the principle, modify it. You can have Hatha Yoga, you can have dancing classes with yoga, or you can have strict pranayamas and along with that yogasana. I mean, it is flexible. You can do anything. You can go anywhere. This has opened up. You see your Prime Minister of the country along with several heads of state practicing yoga. That builds up goodwill. That creates a kind of a influence for India. At the same time, all those practitioners of yoga today, wherever they are, if they have adequate qualification, adequate capabilities, they can go and they can teach yoga and they can contribute to the society, not just here, but anywhere else. India teaches now to the world, let us grow together, let us bring wellness, peace, and let everybody get together and let everybody be happy.
In the spirit of southern hospitality, Atlanta also is known in the West for its southern hospitality because it's in the southern part of the United States. One from Yogi Ji emphasizing that yoga went from local to global and now back to local. The practice of yoga dates back over 2000 years ago to ancient India, and sincere thanks to Indian Prime Minister Shri Modi ji, yoga received a global makeover. Chairman Prasad stressed that yoga is peace. Yoga brings people together. All of these are the underlying tenets of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the Sanskrit phrase in Maha Upanishad, which means the world is one family.
Stress also is not that it is all evil. Suppose I did not have this talk in the morning, I might have got up at 9 o'clock today. Because I have a talk, I got up at 7 o'clock and I have come here. If there is no stress, nobody will be doing anything. You have seen, no? People who have everything in life, sometimes they lose their motivation. So, some stress is needed. But when the stress becomes too much, it causes distress. And in fact, Csikszentmihalyi has said, yoga is one of the things which enables you to achieve the flow state. It is the most systematic way of achieving this flow state. What are the research we have done at NIMHANS? We have worked on various mental health disorders, not only shown that yoga helps, but also how it helps. That's the more important part of science.
Introducing yoga can help create a culture and value and a well-being of individual both inside and outside the academic settings. And positive impact on academic performance we can see here. Improve mental well-being and reduce stress can positively impact the academic performance, and students may experience enhanced focus, creativity and cognitive ability, leading to better academic outcomes.
Yoga helps teachers to expose their ability to control their responses to stressful situations. And they move from feeling hurt and victimized to feeling more capable and confident, using breath and movement to reduce the efforts of chronic stress. So yoga is a pleasure-giving, community-building, life-enhancing tool helping to relieve the stresses.
Today's generation, instant gratification seems to be the rule. Our youth in higher education system and outside face a variety of issues, including academic pressures, parental and societal expectations, gaming, social media, screen addiction, sleep deprivation, use of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, sometimes separation of parents, financial difficulties, their own relationship issues or breakups, gender identity issues, to mention some challenges. Yoga, which represents our finest ancient Indian wisdom, has the potential to help individuals to concentrate better and cope better with any challenge.
It is time to practice. Because we do not practice that knowledge which we have, that is why we have the consequent problems. And for seeking relief from those problems, we go to doctor, we go to other person, we seek the way out. What he will tell in ashrama or anywhere is the same thing, that you look within yourself. The question is how we balance using that knowledge is important. I think that if we understand that, that is the secret. And the secret is not secret, it is known to every one of us. The main issue is to practice yogic practices.
I got a 6 gold medal in medicine, but I couldn't understand Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Just imagine, Patanjali Yoga Sutras is not easy. That is not an easy subject. All we should support yoga in the proper way, proper yoga instructors, proper trainers. We have to encourage them
If nearly, suppose somebody running a yoga institute close to your house, try to join, do yoga. You have a great opportunities in yoga, great benefits in yoga. I told you yesterday only, except surgeries, just remove the surgeries, 283 streams of medical science with yoga.
We have arrived at a resolution that every university or every college has to have a yoga department. All of us will agree with that. We will proceed with such implementing such a resolution, sir. It is so inevitable.
What in Vedanta is called manas. Manas means means mind. That means the irrational side of our personality. Our emotions, our likes and dislikes, our feelings, all that is our mind. And then we have another side called buddhi, intellect, viveka, rationality, discrimination, reason, judgment. All of us have the man and the buddhi, the mind and the intellect. The whole trick of life is how much of our life can we follow the intellect? Because if you want a good life, you must have the ability to do what your intellect, your viveka tells you to do. I recommend, please everybody, study a little bit of Vedanta. We are trying to build the world's first Vedanta university.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಆ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯೇ ಯೋಗ. ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಯೋಗಿ ಯಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಹಡೆದಂತಹ ತಾಯಿ, ದ ಮದರ್. 9 ತಿಂಗಳು ಹೊತ್ತು ಹೆತ್ತು ನೋವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ, ಅದ ನೋವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೂ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿಯಾದ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸ್ಮೈಲಿನ ಕ್ಷಣ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯೋಗದ ಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತ.
In case of pranic healing, to give you a simple example, when someone dies or passes away, we say pran chala gaya. So which means that is the main force that is driving this human body, right? So once the person passes away, you try to feed him food, air, water. Nothing works on this body, which means that prana is the main source that keeps this body alive. Okay, so even though food, air, water is all necessary, but it is only useful when there is prana in this body. Okay, this is where the word pranic healing comes into picture. In pranic healing, we talk about this energy body. So the pranic healing, the word has two meanings. One is pranic and then the healing. The word pranic talks about prana or the life force. Healing comes from the aspect of correcting these imbalances.
ನಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಗುರುಗಳು, ಯೋಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಯೋಗ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಯೋಗ ಆಚಾರ್ಯಸ್, ಇವರು ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕಿರಣದ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ತನವನ್ನು ತಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾವ ಜನರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾವು ತಾವಾಗಿರುವುದನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಈ ಒಂದು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ರೋಗಗಳು ಬರದಂಗೆ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ನ ಉತ್ತಮದ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
In our life, we always look at those things which is picked up by our eyes. Only then we think it is a reality. There's much bigger reality which is invisible to our eyes. So with the onslaught of the IT industry and quantum science, we are able to bring to life that which was not available to us. So there are many energies which are around us because we live in a pool of this invisible energy. We are never isolated. We are all the time connected to one another. And we also exchange our own energies. But by doing this Agnihotra, what is the effect on self, that's the body, as well the environment is what we have done. So I like to display as a sample what is possible by using this biofield reader. We took out about 133 participants as a group of people, and we did this Havan with the help of Vishwa Foundation, and we segmented that study into 3 levels. First of all, we did an individual photograph before and after, and plus when they were seated, we took one, and we took while they lit the lamp of the Havan, and then when they did a Ahuti as well when they were in meditative state.
As Moringa oleifera moringa, this plant has ability to cure 300 diseases, more than 300 diseases. And what we are focused on is the backward district malnutrition eradication in the Karnataka. So we are already successfully done trials in Raichur, Bagalkot and Koppal and implemented with the government for the malnutrition eradication. We have got the fantastic results. That has been also observed by the central government also.
I represent integral yoga. Every person is born with a body, born with the mind, born with the intellect, and born with the willpower. If the will is strengthened, if our willpower is invincible, if our willpower is unconquerable, that is Raja Yoga. Everybody has to strengthen the willpower to practice any yoga. When this intellect is sharpened, when our reasoning capacity is righteous, when we are able to be rational, then we are all Jnana Yogis. 3, everybody has feelings, and these feelings overflow to be emotions. When these emotions are purified, when these emotions are ennobled, when these emotions are divinized, it is Bhakti Yoga. All these 3 yogas, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, require Karma Yoga to be evident, require Karma Yoga to be perceptible. They require Karma Yoga to be tangible. We are engaged in actions. If these actions are for the welfare of the society, then we are all Karma Yogis.
Rotary Bangalore Global Yoga. I'm really astounded by the attendance, and I bring you fraternal greetings from the people of Ghana. On the invitation of Dr. Devrak, I'm here to witness yoga. From the 2 days, I know that this is something that is very, very essential for the world. It is also, we have to start it from the grassroots, from the schools, really. So I look forward to more collaboration, and the fact that we will have to do similar thing in Ghana. I invite India for a yoga conference in Ghana. Please, you are invited any day.
It's been a great pleasure representing Canada. I have been promoting yoga for the mental health and physical health, and we are planning to have a conference in Canada, Vancouver Island, and I love to invite you all to come over there and participate. And thank you Guruji, thanks everybody. It's amazing feeling, experiencing the International Yoga Summit over here.
We, the delegates of the summit, do hereby willing to commit for practicing yoga uninterruptedly and train people all over the world on yoga for a happy life. We will educate every member of the family in yoga and facilitate every citizen to enjoy the life with all happiness and wisdom.
Friends, we are moving towards east. That means Malaysia. Beautiful place for spreading yoga. We have already got the understanding. It is finalized now with Dr. Suresh Adrian about Global Yoga Peace Meet happening in Malaysia.
Well, we Malaysia is now very proud to inform you that the next program that we're going to do for the international program, the Global Yoga Summit in Malaysia, Batu Cave.
We are trying to promote our culture yoga in France. We are going to organize such as the Global Yoga Summit by the grace of Swami Devarajji with all his equipe that they can able to bring the energy of the yoga in France. Thank you very much for all you.
ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ, ಅಗಾಧವಾದ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಚರಲ್ ವಿಸ್ಡಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಮೂಲೆ ಮೂಲೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕದ ಅರಿವು, ತಿಳಿವು, ಆಳ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಿಗೋಲ್ಲ. ಈಶಾವಾಸ್ಯಮಿದಂ ಸರ್ವಂ ಯತ್ಕಿಂಚ ಜಗತ್ಯಾಂ ಜಗತ್ತೇನ ತೆಕ್ತೇನ ಭುಂಜೀದಾಂ ಆಗ್ರದ ಕಸ್ಯ ಸ್ವಿಧನಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಈಶಾವಾಸ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
I congratulate Dr. Devraj on his humongous efforts on promoting yoga. Yoga is the greatest gift of Bharat to the world, and thanks to our Prime Minister who has made yoga in 200 countries, and United Nations has recognized June 21st as the World Yoga Day.
We have been distributed by Bharat blood. We are all one. So much of energy is with you. So much of energy is with you. 7 chakras within you. You can do wonders. You are all nowadays called as Sri. If you want to become Rishi, if you want to become Maharshi, if you want to become Brahmarshi, what do you want to do? Everybody is having Kundalini Shakti in the Mooladhara. Try to rise it. Make it to rise it. One fine morning it will come to Sahasrara. Then he will become Vishwamitra or Vasistha. That much of power is inside you.
To put everybody together, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. Because I've been organizing so many programs throughout my Rotary career. But putting up this, I think that needs a lot of volunteers, a lot of hardship, connectivity, and that is what our Yogi Devraj had in him. That connectivity made us much easier to make this program on this bigger scale. And it should keep on going, and this should be a permanent affair. And for that, whatever help is required from myself and from Rotary, it is always there with you. And let us all take it to the next level. And I would also like to thank each one of you.
ಜಗತ್ತಿನೊಳಗೆ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎದೆ ತೊಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಭಾರತ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುವಂಥ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕಂಡ್ರು ರಾಗ ದ್ವೇಷ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಕೈಬೀಸಿ ಅಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ತಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ತಾರತಮ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಶ್ರಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಜಾತ್ಯತೀತವಾದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಎದೆ ತೊಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ. ಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿದ್ದು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನುವ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ದು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ. ನಮಗೆ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಉಗಮ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ವೇದಗಳು. ವೇದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಸಹನೋ ಭವತು. ನಾನು ನಮಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮವರಿಗೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ದೇಶದವರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡು, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡು. ಸಹನೋ ಭುನಕ್ತು. ನನಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡು, ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡು, ಪಕ್ಕದ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡು, ಪಕ್ಕ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂ. ನನಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಪುಷ್ಟಿ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂ ಕರವಾಹೈ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನ ಉದಿತಮಸ್ತು. ನನಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಪುಷ್ಟಿ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡು. ಆದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ನಡುವೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೂ ನನಗೆ, ಪಕ್ಕದವ್ರಿಗೂ ನನಗೂ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೂ ನನಗೂ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ದ್ವೇಷ ಬರ್ದಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡುವಂತ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು, ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ವೇದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ಅದು ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನಾವು. ಸರ್ವೇ ಜನ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಬಂತು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳುವಂತ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ನಮ್ಮದು. ಯೋಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಹಂ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀನು ಭಗವಂತ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯೋಗಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ.